Erchao Gu.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So this was a work based on the Arthur Rimbaud poem Enfance, and it also answered the pandemic in terms of finding a text that even though from a different time, from the 1870s, has nothing to do with our particular pandemic or even pandemics in any specific way. Instead, it's a text about isolation and living in a basement, basically. It's sort of the poets stay in the UK in the early 1870s in these sort of very grim and dingy 19th century basement apartments of Victorian times, you can only imagine. And so Erchao Gu found this text and was able to relate it to her own experience. I mean, I hope, Erchao, that your flat is nicer, but in terms of being stuck in a flat in London for a year, basically in isolation with all the lockdowns that we've had. So, you know, something distant in history, but also really very immediate. And so by taking the text and relating to it so personally, she ends up with a piece that has the juxtaposes of the kind of textual sophistication and quite expert setting of French in music, which is not the easiest thing to do for any of us who have French as a second or third or fourth language. And it's it has a kind of sophistication and at the same time a sort of unrelenting expressive power. And toward the end of the piece, there's a really masterful transition to spoken word, which is used by members of this vocal ensemble over long held tones by the other singers. And it has a compelling feeling about it, evoking the darkness and isolation of the poem. So I'll turn over to the composer now. Perhaps you can talk about your piece and let us hear some.
Hello, everyone.